Welcome to HortTube, where we talk all things gardening. My name is Jim Putnam, and this is an Aucuba japonica. This is Aucuba japonica, a beautiful evergreen shade-loving shrub. There are a lot of varieties of the green Aucubas. There's one called Nana that can easily be kept less than 6 feet. This one is just a regular Aucuba japonica, and it can actually end up reaching 10 feet in height if it was allowed to, but can be kept much smaller than that. Aucubas are best in zone 7 to 9, but if you had a protected space on a shady foundation in zone 6B, it would definitely be worth a try. Aucubas are going to be very slow to start growing when they're first put in the ground. You won't get a lot of growth out of them in the first year. Once they're established though, they can put on probably a foot of growth in a single season. The variety called Nana would definitely grow slower than this one, and of course Gold Dust and any like Pictorata, any of the variegated ones definitely grow slower than this. This is definitely an evergreen shade-loving shrub. If you put this plant out where it's going to get a lot of midday sun on it, the leaves will actually burn. They'll turn black and fall off. It'll tell you very, very quickly if you've put it in too much sun. The primary use of these green Aucubas is going to be to get some shiny green foliage in shady spaces. These are great on foundation walls, on the shady side of your house, where there aren't any windows because they can end up a little too tall in some of those spaces. Great for putting out in a woodland garden, just trying to get something on the forest floor that is green, and this is fantastic for that. This also makes a great container plant. Probably in zone 7, you'd want to protect the container in the wintertime from the roots freezing solid, but in 8 and 9, no problem. The main features of these green Aucubas is this incredible shiny green foliage that you get on these year round. I hope it really shows up in the video. This happens to be late winter when I'm filming this, and they get these kind of purplish flowers on them in the late winter. I would not call them very attractive, but those flowers are replaced later by a bright red berry that's quite attractive. The only issue is that the new growth here will come and grow over this by the time the berries are coloring up. So foliage will have kind of swallowed the berries a little bit. You'll still be able to see them, but they are kind of centered in the plant a little bit. I've included videos in the description of this video for planting Aucubas or any woody shrubs. These definitely like well-drained soils. So if you have heavy clay, you definitely want to follow the practice of mixing in some sort of chunky material to make sure that it's well drained. Other than that, they're not too bad. Just don't let them sit in water. Once your Aucuba is established, if you live in an area that has pretty regular rainfall, you're not going to have to do a lot of ongoing watering. This is not a plant I'd put on an automated irrigation system. I wouldn't consider it the most drought tolerant thing in the world either. So if it gets abnormally dry, you will want to water this. The new growth on Aucubas in the spring and early summer is really quite nice, and I would definitely fertilize these mid-spring with some sort of slow-release fertilizer. This is an acid-loving plant, so any like Azalea, Camellia, rhododendron fertilizer would be great on these. Really super easy, just once in the spring. Do not fertilize this plant in mid to late summer. If you push new growth on it late in the season, it will be damaged badly in the wintertime. Aucubas are very easy to prune. They don't have a lot of vertical branching on them, so it's pretty easy to get these under control pretty quickly unless you let it get absolutely out of control. They'd probably be best to prune before they put on their new growth in the early spring. Not really a lot of pest problems on Aucubas. I have seen scale insects on them. Not really that big of a deal. They could be controlled chemically or with horticultural oil in the winter if it were necessary. One issue you would definitely be visited by with this plant is root rot if it stayed in any kind of space where it was wet. And if you have deer, this is a plant to avoid putting out in open area because they will definitely eat this plant. So what are you waiting for? Even you can grow the low maintenance, shade loving, beautiful evergreen Japanese Aucuba. Thank you for watching my video, and if it was helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for future videos. Also comment below with any questions you have about Aucubas. Thank you.